Toilet paper. Something we all use every day, yet often take for granted. Whether in the comfort of our homes or in public restrooms, toilet paper is a constant companion, essential to our daily hygiene rituals. Every day, over 83 million rolls of toilet paper are consumed worldwide, with each person on average using about 100 rolls per year. But how did this humble item come to be? How is toilet paper made, and what innovations have shaped the industry? Let's take a deep dive into the intricate process behind one of the most crucial products in our everyday lives. The origins of toilet paper. From ancient solutions to modern comfort, toilet paper as we know it today didn't always exist. In fact, throughout much of human history, people used various materials to perform personal hygiene, ranging from natural items like leaves and grasses to cloths and even water. In ancient China, for instance, the first known use of paper for hygiene purposes was recorded as early as the 6th century, though it was not until the late 19th century that the modern form of toilet paper would come into being. The invention of toilet paper as we know it today is credited to Joseph Gayety, an American businessman, who first introduced it to the market in 1857. Gayety's product was marketed as therapeutic paper, and was sold in flat, pre-cut sheets. Unlike today's toilet paper rolls, it was initially seen as a medicinal product, believed to help with various health issues. However, the concept didn't gain much traction at the time, and it wasn't until the late 19th century that the product evolved. In 1890, a pivotal innovation took place, the invention of the toilet paper roll. This change was a game-changer, turning a cumbersome and often wasteful method into something more practical, efficient, and user-friendly. The roll format allowed for continuous usage and a much more convenient experience. This breakthrough transformed toilet paper from a niche product into a household essential. The massive scale of toilet paper production today, the global consumption of toilet paper is staggering. Each year, approximately 21 billion rolls of toilet paper are used worldwide. To put it in perspective, that's enough paper to wrap around the earth multiple times. With such immense demand, the process of producing toilet paper has evolved into a sophisticated and highly efficient industry, relying on cutting-edge technologies and methods to meet the needs of consumers. The majority of toilet paper production today revolves around the use of recycled paper, which significantly reduces the strain on forests and other natural resources. Paper mills and factories across the world rely on recycled materials like newspapers, office papers, and other paper products to create the soft, absorbent, and durable toilet paper that we use every day. This process not only makes the product more sustainable but also ensures that it can be produced on a massive scale to meet global demand. The detailed process of making toilet paper, the process of turning discarded paper into toilet paper, begins long before the rolls appear on supermarket shelves. In fact, it starts with large shipments of waste paper arriving at factories. These shipments come from a wide variety of sources, including schools, universities, offices, and businesses. The paper is then sorted into different categories based on its quality and intended use. Only the highest quality paper is selected for the production of toilet paper, as it contains long fibers that are ideal for processing into soft, absorbent sheets. Once the paper is selected, it is stored in large bales that help reduce space and make transportation more efficient. These bales are then moved into the pulping area, where the recycling process begins in earnest. The paper is fed into a large industrial machine called a pulper, which is essentially a giant blender that mixes the paper with water at high speeds. This process breaks down the paper into its individual cellulose fibers, creating a slurry-like mixture known as pulp. The next step in the process is cleaning the pulp. At this stage, the pulp still contains impurities such as plastic, glue, staples, and other foreign materials. To remove these, the pulp is passed through a series of screens that act like filters, capturing the larger particles that don't dissolve. However, even after this filtration process, the pulp remains discolored due to the presence of ink, which is a common contaminant in recycled paper. To remove the ink, the pulp undergoes a flotation process, where air is introduced to the mixture, creating bubbles. Special chemicals called surfactants are added to help the ink particles cling to the bubbles. As the bubbles rise to the surface, they carry the ink particles with them, and the foam is skimmed off. This process helps to significantly reduce the ink content in the pulp, leaving behind a much cleaner material that is ready for the next stage of production. After the flotation process, the pulp is passed through rollers to squeeze out any remaining water, partially drying it before moving on to the bleaching stage. At this point, the pulp still has a grayish hue due to the presence of lignin, a naturally occurring compound found in wood fibers. To achieve the bright white color that is characteristic of toilet paper, the pulp must undergo a chemical bleaching process. This is done inside a large tower, where the pulp is treated with bleaching agents for a short period of time, removing the lignin and resulting in a much lighter and more refined product. The final stages, from pulp to paper rolls. Once the pulp has been bleached and is now free of contaminants, it moves to the forming section. Here, the pulp is spread evenly onto a large mesh screen that allows the water to drain away, while the cellulose fibers begin to bond together, forming a thin sheet of paper. This sheet of paper is then transferred to a massive drying machine, where it is dried to remove any remaining moisture. The result is a thin, delicate sheet of paper that is ready to be converted into the familiar toilet paper rolls. The next step is to wind this paper into large rolls, known as parent rolls. These massive rolls can contain up to 75 kilometers of paper, which will eventually be cut into the smaller rolls we use every day. After the parent rolls are formed, they are moved to the conversion area, where they are processed into the final product. Converting parent rolls into consumer rolls in the conversion section, the parent rolls are unrolled and cut into smaller, more manageable sizes. The paper is then perforated to create easy-to-tear sheets, typically 10 to 12 centimeters long. This perforation is achieved using a series of mechanical cutters that create evenly spaced holes in the paper. At the same time, embossing machines add texture to the paper, enhancing its softness and durability. In another part of the factory, cardboard tubes are created from large sheets of cardboard. These tubes are used as the core for the toilet paper rolls. The cardboard sheets are glued together to form continuous tubes, which are then cut into smaller sections. These tubes are then placed into the winding section, where the toilet paper is wound around them. At this point, the paper is now 2-ply, or double-layered, providing extra softness and strength. Once the rolls are wound onto the tubes, they are cut into standard-sized rolls using automatic blades. The rolls are then sealed at both ends to prevent unraveling. These rolls are then packaged and prepared for shipment. Toilet paper intended for commercial use is often individually wrapped in paper, while consumer rolls are typically wrapped in plastic, with bundles of 4 to 30 rolls per package. The environmental impact of toilet paper production. While the production of toilet paper may seem like a straightforward process, it involves numerous steps and technologies aimed at ensuring that the final product is soft, durable, and environmentally friendly. Recycling plays a key role in reducing the environmental impact of paper production. By using recycled paper, manufacturers are able to cut down on the number of trees that need to be harvested, thus reducing deforestation and preserving natural habitats. However, the process of recycling paper also has its own environmental challenges. For example, the bleaching process used to achieve the desired white color in toilet paper often involves the use of harsh chemicals, which can have an impact on water quality and ecosystems. To address these concerns, many manufacturers are now using more eco-friendly and sustainable methods, including chlorine-free bleaching and the use of biodegradable chemicals. Moreover, the production of toilet paper is resource-intensive, requiring significant amounts of water and energy. However, some manufacturers are now investing in more sustainable practices, such as water recycling systems and energy-efficient technologies, to minimize the environmental impact of their operations.
Mustard is one of the world's oldest and most beloved condiments, known for its sharp, tangy flavor that enhances a wide variety of dishes, from hot dogs to sandwiches. But behind the simple squeeze of mustard from a bottle lies a fascinating and intricate production process that involves everything from farming the smallest of seeds to transforming them into the delicious condiment we know today. Every year, over 500,000 tons of mustard are produced globally, yet few realize the complexity involved in its creation. The journey of mustard begins in the fields where mustard seeds are sown. Though mustard seeds are tiny, smaller than most other seeds, they have incredible power. When mustard plants sprout, they grow tall enough to reach the height of a small tree, making them one of the largest plants in the garden. Despite their small size, a few seeds can cover large stretches of land, providing an efficient and valuable crop for farmers. Most of the world's mustard production comes from the vast prairies of Canada, where farmers have mastered the art of cultivating high-quality mustard seeds. Canada's fertile soil and favorable climate make it one of the leading producers and exporters of mustard seeds, contributing significantly to the global mustard industry. Over the last century, modern agricultural techniques have transformed mustard cultivation. Farmers now use specialized machinery to plant and harvest mustard efficiently, ensuring they meet the growing global demand for mustard. The process begins in the early spring when farmers prepare the soil and plant mustard seeds in rows using mechanical seeders. These machines ensure that the seeds are planted at the correct depth and in evenly spaced rows. The planting process is meticulously designed to ensure optimal growth, with dry fertilizers and mustard seeds stored separately in a cart pulled by a tractor. These seeds are precisely measured and distributed through controlled airflow, ensuring they are planted at a shallow depth for ideal growth. Within just a few days, the crop begins to emerge, covering the land with bright green foliage. By early summer, usually by July, the mustard plants reach their flowering stage, transforming the fields into beautiful seas of yellow flowers. The flowers bloom quickly, and after several weeks, they develop into pods filled with seeds. By late summer, typically in early August, the pods are ready for harvesting. At this point, the mustard harvesters, large machines that cut and collect the seeds, come into play. The harvesters crush the pods and separate the seeds from the plant, which accumulate in the machine's hopper. The remaining stems and pods are then crushed and spread across the field to decompose, enriching the soil for the next crop. Once the harvester's hopper is full, the seeds are transferred into grain trucks, which transport them to warehouses where they will be stored until they are ready for further processing. From these warehouses, the seeds are transported by train to mustard processing plants. Upon arriving at the processing facility, the mustard seeds are placed in silos that can hold up to a train car's worth of seeds, which amounts to nearly 1 million kilograms of mustard. From this large quantity, millions of bottles of mustard can be produced. The first step in transforming the mustard seeds into the condiment we recognize is cleaning. The seeds are carefully cleaned to remove any impurities like dirt, stones, or debris. This ensures that only the highest quality seeds will be used in the production of mustard. Once cleaned, the mustard seeds are mixed with a carefully selected blend of ingredients that enhance their flavor. These ingredients include white vinegar, turmeric, which gives mustard its distinctive yellow color, and various spices such as paprika and salt. The turmeric plays an essential role in providing the vibrant color that makes mustard instantly recognizable. Once the dry ingredients are mixed, they are transferred into large mixing tanks, where they are combined with water and vinegar. This mixture is then carefully blended to create a perfectly balanced composition, with approximately 60% water, 20% vinegar, 15% mustard seeds, and 5% salt and spices. The ingredients are combined at high speeds using rotating paddles, which ensure that everything is thoroughly mixed together. This rapid blending creates a smooth, homogeneous mixture that will later be transformed into the mustard we are familiar with. The mixing process ensures that each batch of mustard has a consistent flavor and texture, which is essential for maintaining the quality that customers expect. Once the mixture is blended, it is transferred to a series of stainless steel mills where it undergoes the traditional process of stone grinding. This method, which has been used for centuries, remains largely unchanged in modern production, as it preserves the unique qualities of mustard and gives it its signature texture. During the grinding process, the mixture is heated to around 60 degrees Celsius, which helps transform its texture, making it smooth and creamy while enhancing the flavor. The stone grinding method is a delicate process that requires great precision and skill. The mills are carefully adjusted to ensure that the mustard particles do not exceed 1/4 of a millimeter in size, which is the ideal texture for smoothness. Once the grinding process is complete, the mustard mixture is poured into large holding tanks, where air is removed to prevent the mustard from turning brown. This final step ensures that the mustard maintains its bright yellow color and vibrant flavor. Additionally, this step ensures that the mustard remains perfectly integrated, preventing any separation of ingredients. After this, the mustard is allowed to cool overnight, allowing it to reach the perfect consistency before it is bottled. The entire production process takes around 20 hours, from the initial mixing and grinding to the final cooling. Once the mustard has cooled and is ready for bottling, it is transferred to an automated filling line. Here, over 300 bottles are filled with mustard every minute. The bottles are quickly filled and sealed, thanks to the highly efficient automated system that powers the production line. The mustard is carefully poured into each bottle, ensuring that the containers are completely filled without any air pockets. The bottles are then moved along the line, where an automated vision system inspects each one for quality control. This system checks for defects such as misaligned labels or imperfections in the bottle, ensuring that only the highest quality mustard reaches the consumer. The bottles of mustard are inspected and then packaged, ready to be shipped to supermarkets and stores around the world. In a single shift, a worker can oversee the production of up to 112,000 bottles of mustard, which is a testament to the speed and efficiency of the production process. The mustard is then distributed to retailers and customers, where it is used to enhance meals worldwide. From the moment the mustard seeds are planted in the fields to the moment they are packaged and shipped to stores, the production of mustard is a carefully orchestrated process that involves multiple stages, from planting to bottling. It requires a combination of agricultural expertise, advanced technology, and a deep respect for tradition. Each step in the process is designed to ensure that the mustard maintains its distinct flavor, smooth texture, and vibrant color that have made it a global favorite for generations. The next time you enjoy a hot dog or a sandwich with mustard, you can appreciate the fascinating and intricate process that brought it to your table.